Now let's talk to Senate spokesman, Senator Ajibola Bashiru, who joins us live via Skype from Abuja for more on this development. Senator Bashiru, the state of emergency would somehow imply a situation where government suspends constitutional processes in order to regain control. Talk us through precisely the concept of emergency rule that the Senate is talking about.
Is that when you have an extraordinary situation, you must take an extraordinary action. The palpable state of insecurity in Nigeria has reached that stage that the normal procedures in our procurement, in deployment, in our organization of security should not just form the normal routine. We have a situation whereby it seems almost every other month there will be abduction of school children, a killing of a family, and apparently the issue of banditry with Boko Haram and the clash of herdsmen in the southwestern Nigeria has made a situation whereby unless as a government, and we say this with all sense of responsibility, if we don't see it as an emergency, we'll be failing in our constitutional duty and responsibility as provided in Section 14, subsection 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which provided that security and welfare of the people should be the paramount purpose of government. So we don't have the luxury, and we are telling the executive arm to cooperate with the National Assembly, we being the authentic voice of the people, to take the issue of insecurity as a matter of urgency. One can only imagine the situation of the children, their family, their loved one, and everybody around that area. So the urgency necessitates extraordinary action in terms of emergency.
What precisely does this sense of urgency takes? Because government would say that they are on top of the situation, and we've also seen some rejigging in the security infrastructure. Would it of a necessity include some intervention in the democratic hierarchy of state governments?
It is not, the emergency is not about disturbing democratic governance or taking over the state from elected government. In fact, it was a misconception in some time past during a former president, whereby when there will be insecurity, the next thing is to take over government of democratically elected states. That is not the thinking of the Nigerian Senate. Our thinking is an extraordinary measure in terms of not necessarily following usual procedure, in terms of procurement, deployment, and taking necessary action. That is what is meant by emergency action. It does not mean democratically elected government should be truncated. For instance, if you need to follow procurement processes that will take time, abridge it in the interest of national security. If you have to make urgent recruitment to be able to show up the support, you do it urgently. Those are the kind of things that the Nigerian Senate is talking about. And this flow from our reference back to our resolution of March 17, 2020, that there is an urgent need to decentralize operationally and budgetarily the structure of the Nigerian police. If the Nigerian police is effective in terms of proper monitoring and intelligence, there will be information that would have filtered out even when all these sinister activities are being planned. So what we are saying is not to say that the government of Niger or any other state should be supplanted, but that the commander-in-chief of the armed forces should, with the service chief, put head together with the police, and know what are the emergency actions that we need to take in terms of deployment adequately, in terms of intelligence.
Indeed, Senator Bashiru. It's a good place to leave it. Senate spokesman, Senator Ajibola Bashiru, thank you very much for talking to us on the news tonight.
You're welcome.